now. I hope you're all right now. So, like a proper DJ, welcome. What day is it? Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? Yeah, it is, isn't it? Where are you watching this from? Uh, Las Vegas, Essex. Ohio is in the house. Canada, Carolina. Um, get some Jamiroquai on. I quite like Jamiroquai. Lower stuffed. You do the math. People are out. Oh, people are out clapping. Yes, it's 6 o'clock. People are out clapping. If you're out clapping, you can't see this. But it's for Captain Tom, who died yesterday. And in fact, Gunnar doesn't have a question. He just wanted to say he wanted to pay his respects to Captain Tom Moore, and he says he's a hero. Correct, Gunnar. Good boy. Titch, let's start with the questions. I love smelling stuff. If you could bottle one particular smell associated with your best feeling ever, what would it be and why? Well, I like laundry. Pickle smells of laundry now because she only sleeps on clean stuff, right? And so when she smells of laundry, she's the best smelling cat. Um, uh, I like laundry. I like churchy smells. I like flowers. Flowers. Uh, Countryside. I think countryside. Earth and mulch and leaves. Oh, the sea. Love the sea. God, it's a difficult one, isn't it? But it would be associated with your best feeling ever. Oh, I think it would still be something like earth, stuff like that. I think sort of countryside. Annabelle, where do you keep your fan mail? You must have drawers or cupboards full of it now. I don't keep it. I get so much. I answer it all. It goes to my agent, and they bring it, and I sign the. I'd say 99% is will you sign this DVD cover or photo. I don't know why anyone wants a photo of me, but I do all the things I do. What I have to do, and then they take it away and post it to them. And I assume I don't think there's a big drawer full of it. I think it's served its purpose. I've signed the thing. You can get rid of it. Mitzi and Misty. I like my breakfast at 4 a.m. Yeah, Pickle's close to 4 o'clock now. 4:30, 5. But my humans are always asleep, as they should be. Breakfast is meant to be about 6. I have to wake my mum up by scratching the bed as hard as I can, or by knocking her books over. How does Pickle wake you up for breakfast? She stares. You wake up sometimes she's just staring at you. Or she walks across you and sort of like just goes, "What are we doing? Are we sleeping or eating?" And Jane gets up before me anyway. So often Jane has had to get up at like 5:30 because the cat will not stop wriggling. It squirms and wriggles. I woke up today, right? I woke up and it was sleeping on my chest. And then I need a wee because she's sort of pressure on me. Then I have to get up for a wee. So, so she just bothers. She just bothers us. Harry, I have a very annoying bushy tail, and it has been rudely suggested I am part fox. Do you have any body parts or mannerisms that might belong to another species? Oh, and Mum said this doesn't include any rude bits. Right, okay, okay, good. Otherwise, yeah, I would talk. My testicles are like two octopuses bungee jumping, but they don't. They're not parts of it. What would it be? Fangs. I assume my skull looks just like a chimp's. In fact, my skeleton, because I'm hunched over. I got short legs, fangs. I'd probably, yeah, my skeleton. If they rebuilt it and stood like I stand, if they think this is probably a chimp. um, so yeah, I'd say I've got chimpability, if that's a word. Well, it isn't. It definitely isn't. If if anyone if you went on Countdown and you said I've got chimpability, they go no. Also, it's too many letters, isn't it? So don't try and do that at Scrabble. But I have got chimpability. Very much like a chimp. Philly Ann. Being a superstar. Thank you. It's obvious you are noticed in public. Have you ever worn a disguise in public so you were not recognised? I've thought about it. In fact, I quite like the idea of it. Right, having to wear a mask and sunglasses. I always wear sunglasses anyway, and a baseball cap, right? I thought the mask would be amazing. I'll be anonymous. I walk down the street, and people are going, "Hi, Ricky." So I don't know. Is my nose a giveaway? Is that big? Is that big, blobby, calm? I know the mask would have been there, wouldn't it? I had sunglasses on. They must know. Oh, there's a bloke here walking like a chimp. As Ricky. How is it? He's got chimpability. I'm trying to get chimpability. To walk with to be cheeky, laugh like a chimp, out and walk, have short legs. He's got chimpability. Oh dear. The only time I've thought about being in disguise, I think, is probably at something like a concert where it's a lot of public and there's drinking and you've got to be in the. So I don't worry about it at the theatre because you can get a box or away from. In a restaurant, people aren't bothered you. Walking around, people don't bother you. But at an Iggy Pop concert, when you're in the crowd, that's when I wish big beard. Or just someone else. Just Michael Jackson mask. People going short fat Michael Jackson at this concert. But I've never done it, no. I also think if that people recognise you as a guy, they go, how fucking mental is that? That's Ricky Gervais in a disguise. What? Why is he undercover? Why is he? But yeah, sometimes you walk into a shop to buy pants and you wish, I wish I'd have to have a conversation about pants. But it's no big deal. Freya, would you ever consider turning one of Jane's books into a TV series? Well, I would. But two reasons I probably wouldn't. Is I do my own stuff. I like the creative. I like writing my stuff. And two, Jane would be going, no, not like that. I didn't mean like that. Because we both got strong ideas. We just no. I didn't. Well, I think this. Well, no, it's not. That's not. But yeah, people are considering it, and have been, and films and stuff. Yeah, I think it'd be great. It'd be great as a TV series. But it probably wouldn't be a good idea for us two to do it together. Dougal. Bonjour, Monsieur Ricky. A question for tonight's highbrow shenanigans. The duck-billed platypus. What's that all about? Was it created by A, evolution? Yes. B, some sick, evil Aussie animal Dr. Frankenstein? No. C, a god? No. D, it's a dachshund wearing a beak. So it's a dachshund going to an Iggy Pop concert. Hold on. There's there's a there's a duck-billed platypus and a short, fat Michael Jackson. Oh no, it's not. It's Ricky and his dachshund. Uh, well, true story. This. When scientists first found it, they thought it was a hoax. They thought someone had set them up. A monitoring. Uh, so, an egg-laying mammal. It could only. I mean, they all happened in Australia. I think Australia, the wildlife's slightly different there because obviously all the things went on on the earth early days, and then it all split up, and natural selection happens, and species change with sort of geographic barriers where they can't. So they have different environments, which causes them to evolve in different ways. And I think it was because there were no natural sort of big predators on that island, and so these things just went. We just hop around. Some of us live in trees, and yeah, we're peaceful. So they're not. Well, a koala bear's not scared of anything. Just sits there. There's no jungle cat stuff that just goes whatever. You're asleep in a tree. Yeah, whatever. So that's what's happened there. It's evolution. Mum and Sherlock. Kids can be horrible to each other. Mum recalls some episodes still, like, did your mother take a shit through a strainer? What? Oh, Mum has freckles. Oh, when she was little, kids said that to her. Did your mum take a shit through a strainer? Right? Have you ever been hurt or offended by a comment in your childhood or observed bullying and reacted? I can't remember. I don't know. I don't think I remember anything terrible. And it was like water off duck's back to me. It doesn't bother me. Never has. In fact, I find it funny. If someone insults me, I laugh because I think, well, that just can't hurt me. Someone who's trying to hurt my feelings by calling me a name, I go, what? I come up with worse shit for myself. Particularly when I'm writing. If I'm writing stuff, I go for it and have them insult me, and that makes me laugh. Even though I've written it and it's about me, it makes me laugh. An insult. But I'm sure I've observed. I remember once. I think I was older than the kid. I might have been like 13, and this kid was like a year or two below me, so he was like 11 or 12, and he was a lonely kid. I didn't really know him, but he was quite a fragile sort of lonely kid. He had a little duffel coat on. I don't remember his name, but I remember some other kids were sort of teasing him, and because I was slightly older, I was brave, so I went up and said, "Oi, leave him alone," right? And the little kid went, "Yeah, leave me alone. You wouldn't want to be me," and that broke my heart. That a kid would think that, like, no one would want to be me. Oh God, yeah, bullying's horrible. But I don't think I saw a lot of it. It seemed fun to me, school, um, and I don't remember any sort of organised bullying of sort of one person like you hear about. I think just everyone shouted at each other, got it off their chests. I think go with a family like that as well. Like no one could get upset for long because everyone gave as good as they got. But I might be remembering it wrong. But I know it's horrible when it happens. Joey, If you were to remake Afterlife, but had to cast the Bollocks Pet Gang, that's you lot. The Bollocks Pet Gang. Worst gang ever. If you had to cast the Bollocks Pet Gang instead of people, what parts would you give us? Oh my god. Who's the grumpiest? Who could be my character? Who's grumpy? No one's grumpy, right? Oh, isn't Titch sometimes a bit grumpy? Uh, um, God, who's an old lady on a bench? Who's that? Who's the oldest? I'm worried about insulting a dog or a cat. I don't know. I just tip you out of the box and film you and overdub it later. What a stupid question, Joey. You idiot. You'd be Brian Gittins because you're a bit of an idiot. Bella, you've written many great songs about love, equality, and slough. But if you were to write a song about me, how would it go? What is this? Cats and dogs just casting themselves in series and songs. I don't know. I could be like a Rihanna song where I go Bella, Ella, Ella, Ella. Just like that. That'll be the chorus. Bella, Ella, Ella, Ella. That's meant to sound like Umbrella. Here comes Bella, Ella, Ella, Ella. See, you lot make me look stupid. I'm really smart. But dealing with this makes me look like a fucking idiot. Julia, your fans have commissioned a life-size bronze statue of you to say thank you for all the laughs. How would you want it to look? I like that lumpy stuff. I don't like the shine. I like it that looks, like the bits, the bronze statues that have got like the clay marks in them. Do you know what I mean? Rough. That sort of rough bronze. Yeah. So rough. That sort of, that Lucian Freud type. Messy, not too perfect and shiny. You know what I mean. But not surreal, not like Henry Moore, not like me as a blob with a hole through my head. I mean, it's realistic, but just you know the you know what I mean. Also, by the time that happens, my skin will look like that. My skin will look like fingerprints in clay. So yeah, lumpy bronze, big lumpy heavy bronze, like the BAFTAs, but not shiny. Where would you like it put? Cool, that's a different one. I suppose it's out of Reading, where I was born, and Hampstead. Probably Hampstead. I've lived here longer than I lived in Reading, probably now, haven't I? Or certainly in London, I have much more longer. Hampstead Heath, where I go every day. The dogs could wee up it as a tribute. Big lumpy bronze in the Hampstead Heath. What would be written on the little plaque? Ricky Gervais, who scruffled dogs, then died. It says it all, doesn't it? That's all you need. This is particularly bollocks today, isn't it? Nancy, have you ever pressed the elevator button several times in a row? Yeah. Do you really believe it makes the elevator faster? No, but it's sort of frustration, isn't it? Or the button at a traffic light. Yeah, I go that. I go, come on. But I suppose it's sort of making sure as well. I don't know that it doesn't work. Doesn't it? I mean, you might have missed it the first. No, it doesn't work, does it? Does it? But yeah, I have done that. Come on. What's annoying is a number of times I've gone and stood by a zebra crossing with traffic lights, whatever it is, right? And there's been a couple of people there already, and we're there for ages. And I think, what's up with it? And I realise that no one's pressed the button. I thought you pressed it, so oh, come on. Yeah, I do. Come on. I'm waiting for an elevator as well. Fucking hell. Come on. If you can hear people getting on different floors. Oh dear. Susie, following on from prostitute penguins and masturbating squirrels, I raise you revenge crows. It's one of those facts again, right? So this is a screen grab of one of those facts accounts, right? Fact. Crows are able to remember the faces of people who harassed and abused them. They invite other crows to join them to take revenge. Now, I didn't know they invited other crows, but I knew they could recognise faces. So, if you know whatever you got too close to the nest or whatever, right? That crow remembers your face. Right? He knows you, and he goes. He comes when he sees you again. He goes, "Fuck off! You're the one who shouted at me." Right? But I saw this documentary, and what they did, so they did an experiment. They got someone to annoy a crow. I don't know how. It's just called him a name, right? And then the next day the bloke walked past, and the crow recognised him and went, "Ah," and they got people to not bother them, and the crow didn't bother them. And then they put on a mask of a person that the crow didn't mind, right, onto the person that they did, and the crow didn't bother them. So the crow really was recognising the face. Isn't that amazing? So if I annoyed a crow, but they went then past him as Michael Jackson, crow would go, us. That's not the bloke we're not. He's all right. Oh God, good that, isn't it? It's great that. Why crows? It was crows and ravens and stuff, but well, wonder why. They dominate Hampstead. There's parrots everywhere. You hear the parrots. They're the noisiest. But magpies and crows, I think they are the kings of Hampstead Heath. Some massive ones. There's some that are going grey. I don't know if that's. I don't know if that's. I suppose feather is keratin, isn't it? So it is like hair. Is that going grey like people getting old? Any zoologists? But some of them sort of they're going grey, getting grey. Anyway, yeah, I like that fact. I like that fact. Chef Steve Pollard. Suggestions for recent docuseries you have watched, Rick, please. Oh, well, I haven't watched really recent ones because the last few months I discovered Vikings. So I wasn't into things like that at all. I resisted. I didn't like Lord of the Rings much. I like Game of Thrones. I really like that. That was the first one. And then I watched Last Kingdom. I really loved it because it had human stories and everything, and it was really good. And there was some proper nuanced acting. It wasn't just plot and fights and dragons. So I really like that. Then I thought, oh, well, we like this sort of stuff. We watched Barbarians, really like that, really good. And then Vikings, and there's 6 or 7 series. We're already on 5th or 6th. And I love it. I love Vikings. I want to be a Viking, I think. Too cold though, isn't it? There's a lot of getting in and out of water and ice. There's lots of ice. And you're wet. It's bad enough being cold, but wet as well. I wouldn't even like to have filmed it. You know what I mean? Let alone go through the real thing. It's I know it's a bit, and I'm going, God, that must have been a hard day's filming. Never mind being an actual Viking. No, but we're loving Vikings. Great. So I've been watching that mainly. So I haven't seen a lot of documentary. No, obviously the documentaries for last year. I'm sure you know about this. Don't Fuck with Cats, Tiger King, The Last Dance. Great. Don't Fuck with Cats. It's a couple of amazing like internet sleuths who are tracking this serial killer. Tiger King, mad. It's just mad. These crazy people who keep tigers proper. If you're a bit mental, watch Tiger King and you won't feel so mental. I'm not. I'm not a doctor. And The Last Dance, amazing. Just great. I'm not particularly into basketball, but it's yeah, it's amazing. Another one you might not have seen. I don't think it was as big, but it's great. One of the few I've seen in the last few months. Fear City, about the New York Mafia. Great, really great. And if you like that, an old one, that's one of my favourite documentaries of all time, is the 75, about a cop who was a New York cop and in the Mafia. It's honestly, it's brilliant. There you go. Look at that. Recommendations. You recommended documentaries, series, beer. Don't forget, we're real friends with Brewdog now. A great company, and they did that for charity. This is absolute bollocks, but it does help dogs. We need a big campaign. What about why don't we save the planet together? Just a little thing. I keep saying this stat. I'm fascinated with this stat, right? Because the way we use farm animals, like we kill like 2 billion a day or something to feed us, and then you have to use up all the grain of poor countries to feed our cattle. You mash up, 3 trillion sea creatures to feed cattle to feed us. I've told you all this, right? And that causes world hunger, obviously. If you gave up 10% of your meat intake, it would feed 100 million people. Think of that. A day off meat. And I've got and now, right, there's amazing alternatives. Like, I've said it before, a fake hamburger, you can't tell the difference. There's Beyond Meat burgers. The first time I had one, I called the waiter over and said, I asked for a vegan. They went, that is vegan. I went, I was going, are you sure? It looks and tastes like me. And by the time you put on the mustard and the onions and the tomato sauce, there's my recommendations. Vikings. The 75 Brewdog. Beyond Meat. Thanks very much, everyone. Thanks for following. Thanks for tuning in. Be nice to animals. Tatty bye, everyone.